You did not give them permission. There was no decision, no agreement. One night, your dog was on their bed, and then, slowly, incrementally, across a few weeks you barely noticed, they were on yours, pressed against your back, draped across your legs, occupying the warm center of the mattress while you managed the edges. And the strangest part is this: you stopped minding. Most people assume that is because it is cozy, familiar. Just one of those things dogs do. Science has a completely different explanation, and it has nothing to do with comfort. In the next few minutes, we are going to go through exactly what your dog is doing when they press against you in the night, and why researchers studying the dog-human bond call it one of the most significant behaviors a domestic dog can show. But I want you to stay for one thing in particular. There is a finding from a 2024 study that most dog owners have never heard. It changes how you understand what is physically happening between you and your dog during sleep. We will get to it, but not yet. First, the explanation that sounds right and is not. Ask most people why their dog sleeps touching them, and they will tell you warmth. It is a reasonable answer. Dogs run warm, you run warm. Shared body heat, shared surface. Simple. Except it does not hold up. Your dog spends the entire day solving the warmth problem without you. The slab of sunlight on the kitchen tiles, the corner behind the sofa where the heat collects, the exact spot on the carpet closest to the boiler that your dog found on their first week home and has never forgotten. They are better at finding warmth in your house than you are. And yet, when the lights go out, they do not go to any of those places. They come to you, specifically. Not the warmest room, not the softest surface. You. Here is what is actually driving that. Sleep for any animal that evolved with predators. And every dog carries that wiring, no matter how many generations removed from the wild, is a calculated risk. Every hour of unconsciousness is an hour the world continues without you watching it. Every instinct says, be careful about where you close your eyes. Your dog's answer to that problem is not a hidden corner, it is you. That is not a temperature calculation, that is a trust declaration. In 2022, a research team at Eötvös Loránd University in Budapest, the institution that has produced some of the most important canine cognition studies of the past 2 decades, published findings that measured something no one had quantified before: whether a dog's emotional attachment to their owner is visible inside the brain during sleep. They used non-invasive EEG, measuring electrical activity in the brain, while dogs rested in the presence of their own owner versus a friendly stranger. The results were unambiguous. Dogs with stronger attachment bonds to their owners entered deeper, more restorative sleep stages when their owner was nearby. The bond was not just behavioral, it showed up in the brain's architecture during rest. What this means is direct. When your dog presses against you at night, their nervous system is doing something specific. They are not relaxing despite your presence. They are relaxing because of it, at a neurological level that a machine can measure. This connects to something psychologists established decades ago with human infants. The concept is called the safe haven. The idea that a securely attached child can explore, can rest, can be fully at ease, because they know their person is close. Remove the person and the child's entire system goes on alert. Return them and it settles. When researchers applied the attachment tests originally developed for human infants to dogs and their owners, the results were almost identical. Dogs show the same seeking of proximity, the same distress on separation, the same immediate calming on reunion, not with strangers, however kind, with their specific person. Your dog is not sleeping against you because you are warm. They are sleeping against you because you are their safe haven. Now for the chemistry underneath that. In 2015, researcher Miho Nagasawa and a team at Azabu University in Japan published a study in Science that revealed something extraordinary. When a dog gazes at their owner and the owner gazes back, oxytocin, the neurochemical your brain releases during bonding, the same molecule produced between a parent and newborn child, rises in both of them simultaneously. The dog's rise prompts more gazing. The owner's rise prompts more warmth. More warmth prompts more oxytocin. A loop that deepens continuously, that no other species activates with humans. When the same experiment was run with hand-raised wolves, the loop did not engage at all. Physical contact amplifies that same chemistry, and 8 hours of contact every night runs it on a slow and sustained loop until morning. But here is the finding I mentioned at the beginning, the one from 2024. Researchers studying physiological synchrony between dogs and their owners measured something called heart rate variability, the subtle moment-to-moment variation in the interval between heartbeats, which reflects the state of the autonomic nervous system. What they found stopped people. When a bonded dog and owner are at rest together, their heart rate variability synchronizes. As the owner's nervous system calms, the dog's nervous system calms in parallel, not metaphorically, measurably. Two different species, two different bodies, running the same rhythm. When your dog presses against you in the night, they are not just near you, they are tuning to you. Look at exactly where your dog positions themselves, because each position is specific information. If your dog sleeps across your feet, they have placed themselves at the point of fastest response. In canine social behavior, this is a watchful position, not anxious, alert. They are close enough to sense any shift in your state and grounded enough to move. It is devotion expressed as readiness. If your dog sleeps pressed against your back, facing away, this is the one people consistently misread. It looks like distance. It is the opposite. In canine communication, turning your back to another creature is among the clearest signals of trust that exists. It means, I have no need to monitor you for threat. I know, without question, that you will not harm me. Your dog facing away from you in sleep is not indifference. It is the full weight of their confidence in you, expressed in the only language they have. If your dog sleeps with their belly completely exposed, understand what that costs them instinctively. The abdomen is where vital organs sit closest to the surface. Every survival instinct in a dog points in one direction: protect it. A dog sprawled belly up beside you has not forgotten that instinct. They have suspended it because you made it unnecessary. If your dog is pressed as close as physically possible, sometimes in positions that look genuinely awkward for their body, they are not unaware of the discomfort. They have chosen contact over comfort. That is the entire sentence. That is everything. Tonight, before you fall asleep, notice which position your dog settles into. You will not see it the same way again. Here is the context that makes all of this feel like something ancient, because it is. Dogs are the only animal domesticated before agriculture, before farming, before writing, before the first city was built. A Greek writer named Arrian in the 2nd century wrote that it is best for dogs to sleep alongside their people, because contact builds the bond. 2,000 years ago, someone already understood what neuroscience is now measuring, and the physical evidence goes back further still. In Bonn Oberkassel, Germany, a burial was uncovered dating to approximately 14,000 years ago. A man and a woman interred together, and beside them a dog. Examination of that dog's remains showed it had survived canine distemper, a disease that kills within weeks without sustained nursing care. Someone had tended to that animal across at least 5 weeks of serious illness in the Paleolithic period, not for utility, not for function, but because they could not let them go. Surveys today show that roughly half of all dog owners in the United States sleep with their dog in the bedroom. Half. That is not a modern quirk. That is an ancient arrangement reasserting itself in every generation because the bond was built for exactly this: closeness in the dark, when the world goes quiet, and what remains is just the two of you. Your dog pressing against you at night is 15,000 years old. Now, what I told you to stay for at the beginning, the part that matters practically. If your dog has slept against you for months or years, and one day they simply stopped, pay attention to that. Environmental reasons are possible: a change in your schedule, a new person or animal in the home, a shift that felt minor to you and registered as significant to them. Dogs track changes in their social world at a level of sensitivity we frequently underestimate. But sometimes the reason is physical. Veterinary researchers have documented that a change in sleep location, particularly in a dog who has a long history of seeking contact, can be an early signal of pain appearing before any visible limping or stiffness. A dog who stops jumping onto the bed may not have decided they prefer the floor. They may be hurting. And in senior dogs, disrupted sleep and changes in established social behavior are recognized early markers of canine cognitive dysfunction, a condition estimated to affect between 14 and 35% of dogs over the age of 8, and one that is significantly underdiagnosed because the early signs look so ordinary. Your dog cannot tell you something is wrong in any language you can directly hear. Behavior, what they do and what they stop doing, is the entire vocabulary available to them. If the nightly ritual changes without a reason you can identify, speak to your veterinarian. It is always worth it. So the next time you wake somewhere past midnight, teetering on the edge of your own mattress with a warm and immovable weight pressed against your legs, remember what is actually happening. Two nervous systems running the same rhythm, a neurochemical loop built across thousands of years of living side by side, an attachment bond that neuroscientists can read directly from the sleeping brain, and a creature who, when it came time to close their eyes on the most vulnerable hours of the day, looked at every option in your home and chose you. Not the warm corner, not the soft floor, not the familiar bed you bought for them. You. They have always known exactly what they were doing. Before you go, tonight, take note of which sleeping position your dog chooses from the 4 we covered. Tell me in the comments which one yours always comes back to, and whether knowing what it actually means changes how you feel when you wake up to find them there. And if you want to know why your dog sighs so deeply when they finally settle beside you, that single sound has a scientific explanation that most owners have never heard, and it is more moving than you would expect. That is the next video.